Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Civil Guy here, and today we have an unboxing of the Campark 1080p action camera. Before we get started, be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you won't miss my next upload. Also, give the video a like, it truly does go a long way. Yes, what you just saw was raw video footage right from the Campark 1080p action camera. And I have to say, it's not too bad for a $40 camera. Now for those of you who are out there on a really tight budget, this camera might just be another option worth looking into. Let's go ahead and check out what's inside. Now be sure to watch through the entire video so that you can see what the actual footage looks like from this camera. Alright, so right now I'm going to go ahead and open the box and see what's inside. All I have to do is open up this little flap here and then pull out this plastic container, and here it is. The package is pretty much like usual when it comes to these kind of cameras. I'm going to set the action camera to the side so that we can see what else is in the box. We also get another boatload of accessories that probably won't see the light of day. Here's the user manual for those of us who need the extra assistance, and I'll tell you what, operating these little things isn't really that difficult, but I do understand if this is your first time picking one of these up, you might want to, just take a moment and glance over the instructions. We also get this customer support card, so if you gotta contact the company for any reason, here it is. And here we go again with the crazy amount of accessories, which includes a micro USB cable, micro cleaning cloth, attachments, etc. By the way, you also get 2 batteries. And alas, the camera. Now, the case does look a bit different from the other cameras that I've unboxed. The lens now, it has a circular design, which actually makes it look a lot different. It's a redefined look. It actually looks a lot different than the genuine GoPros that are out nowadays. But overall, the body of the camera doesn't look too bad at all. The waterproof housing for this camera does feel pretty solid, and I'm sure if I were to just drop this from a 20-foot building, it would probably survive the drop. Though I'm not going to do that unless you guys want me to. Anyway, all joking aside, this is the camera body itself. The button on the front of the camera actually controls the camera. It turns it on and turns it off. You can also use these 2 buttons on the right-hand side of the camera to select through the menu. And on the left-hand side of the camera, you have a micro SD slot, a micro USB port, as well as a HDMI port. And no, it's not the big one, it's the small one. Anyway, let's go ahead and boot up this camera. And oh yeah, I almost forgot, the battery is not even in the camera yet, so you have to take a little moment and you have to open the little latch at the bottom of the camera and just easily slide the battery inside and then turn the camera on. Now you might need to charge the battery because it might be partially dead. And please, just as a rule of thumb, and I really shouldn't have to say this, always be sure to charge your devices before you actually use them seriously. Do as I say, don't do as I do. I'll just take a brief moment to place inside and voila, there it is. So far this camera looks very promising. The number of features goes on and on and on. However, one thing that I don't see is how to disable this annoying splash sound effect. Can we please get an updated firmware to fix this problem? And another thing, I just want to say this, maybe it's just me, but there appears to be a seemingly long delay before the camera even starts up. That might be a problem for some. But if you can get over these small inconveniences, this might be what you're looking for. Now, just some technical stuff. The camera does apparently record 2.7K, 1080p, and also 720p, and it can even go lower than that. Don't quite necessarily know why you would want to record anything lower than 720, but you do have the ability to do that. Also, you have varying frame rates. You can do 720p at 90 frames per second, but sadly, you can only do 1080p at 30 frames per second. And yes, if you've seen any of my other videos on these action cameras, you already know that I'm a big fan of time-lapse video. And yes, this does come with that feature. So you can actually time your time-lapse pictures or videos from 0.5 seconds all the way up to like 1 minute. So that's awesome. And before I forget, I just want to mention this one thing. This camera does support Wi-Fi, so you can connect the camera to Wi-Fi if you want to watch the live stream for your phone. However, that's one of the features that I personally don't use because I have no need for it. The camera already comes with a pretty decent screen, so everything that I need to see through the camera, I can see on the back of the camera. I think the only reason why it would be necessary to have a Wi-Fi feature in the first place if it was one of those older GoPros that didn't have a screen at all. However, I think it's a little extra gimmicky. It's not, like I said, something I would use personally. But one of the things I would have wished that this camera came with, because it has all these bells and whistles for the low price tag of $40, you should have the capabilities of disabling that sound effect that starts up and shuts down the camera. Alright, so you've heard me ramble enough. I'll let the test video speak for itself. So you might be wondering, should you purchase this action camera? And I would say if you have only $40 and you don't mind the intro sound effect and the delay, also there might be a slight jittery effect you might get if you turn the camera super fast. This might be something that you might want to consider if you can get past those shortcomings. If you want the best looking footage from this camera, I would suggest investing in a tripod and preferably good lighting. I just want to say thank you to everyone for the outstanding support these last couple of weeks. My channel has grown so much all because of you. For watching my videos, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I just can't thank you enough. I hope this video really does help you with your future action camera purchase. Be sure to leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And like I said again, thank you so much everybody for the outstanding support. It really does mean a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.